My name is Dr. Ricky Keys. If you've come to this channel, you probably are looking for some information that can help you to live a better life, to move to a better position. My hope is to be able to provide content and resources and help to enable you to do that. One of the things that I have been doing is, I got a PhD early in my career, my educational career, and I thought that having a doctorate would just bring me to a different level. So I grew up in the projects of New Orleans. I went to public high schools. I went to an HBCU. I graduated from, an Ivy League or Southern Ivy League school, Tulane University. And I thought all of those things would just catapult me to a career of success. And candidly, I'm not going to talk bad about, the system itself, because I think the system was designed for someone like me to succeed. However, the challenge that I have is that I didn't have, the resources, the people, the systems around to guide me in the right direction. And unfortunately, there were some other barriers that were just blatantly obvious. And those barriers were systemic, historic forms of racism that had a tendency to really shut people down, allow certain people to grow and to prosper. But unfortunately, others just weren't able to do that same thing. And it had nothing to do with their character. It had nothing to do with any factor other than the color of their skin. So I'm not sitting here castigating anyone or laying blame totally on the system for its racist past. However, that had a significant impact in whether or not someone was able to grow, prosper, to move forward, to advance, to get to where they really wanted to be. The reason I am making this video at the age of 54 is I went through during COVID, I went through a cataclysmic kind of life-changing event. My, family situation got turned upside down. And the result is, I'm no longer in my relationship with my wife, who, soon to be ex-wife, for the last 31 years. But I'm not here to say anything bad about her. My position is I was someone who was, in a family, in a situation where there was a nuclear group of people that were together. And then all of a sudden, that nuclear family no longer existed. So I was always around people from the age of 21 years old. And then when I became 50 some odd years old, that no longer existed. So the challenge for me is I had to start all over. I had to do something. I had to move from the position that I was to a new position. I made a decision to move to Atlanta. I'm really starting to question, not because Atlanta is a bad place, but just because, again, that old system of Ricky Keys, not the world, not any environment, not anybody else, but Ricky Keys not having the faculties to move and to address the conditions and situations that will enable him to grow and prosper and to help other people. So what I am thinking, I've been looking at a number of videos from, people who have become expatriates. An expatriate is someone who used to live in the United States and who has moved to another country. And I'm starting to be intrigued by that because the cost of living is significantly lower in those countries. The ability to allow the dollars that you generate to number one, grow, but more importantly, to extend beyond the inflationary situation that we currently are experiencing here in the United States. That's something that is intriguing to me. And what I'm considering, I have a number of months still on my lease. So what I am considering is, once my lease is up, putting all of my stuff in storage, and then taking 6 months and just moving to a country like a Thailand, or doing research on another country, and then looking at how you would live and navigate in that situation, be it, your the infrastructure, the health systems. I work out daily, the gyms, the social life, the quality of life, the food, just everything. I think, unfortunately, we are faced with a set of challenges as Black people generally, but specifically as Black men, where there is little opportunity for us to get to the position where we would really like to be, on equal footing, on equal, having equal opportunity, not having to be shot in the streets, or being, considered an enemy. And I believe that this is something that I should consider. And obviously I have several months until, my lease is up. So I'd like to go ahead and start chronicling the situation, doing the research, engaging with you about the the infrastructure that's required to make a decision as to move to whether be it Thailand or Bermuda, or just any country in the world, and to see how you can make money, how you can live a quality life, how you could have the health systems that are needed in order for you to grow and prosper. Just the entire researched system, not just haphazardly making a move, but the entire system having everything in place so as to ensure that you are able to grow and prosper. How much does it cost? How much will it take for you to live on a monthly basis? How much, do you need for insurance or a health systems, the quality of life, for the social life? So I'd like to at least begin this process, begin this system, by looking at that. I have a couple of brands that I am developing that I believe can allow me to be almost like a digital nomad, meaning that instead of having to work in a traditional 9-to-5 job where I go to the office, I'd have the opportunity to, just work from wherever I am, whatever country I'm in, or get contracts and develop systems around those contracts. And so what I'm suggesting is, I believe that there is indeed opportunities for educated or not so educated African American men and women and other people who are living in this country and who don't feel either welcomed, or who have some challenges with the country and feel that there are things that can be done better to improve their personal state in life. So I think that this is a worthwhile adventure. I think today is September the 3rd. September the 3rd of 2022. So I'm going to start chronicling some of the research that I'm doing, some of the things that I'm looking at some of the countries, having engaging conversations and interviews with people who are nomads right now, be they digital or, using and developing content in a different kind of way. But again, this is something I just, foolish for me to even think about this now, but even expatriating back to Africa, what would it take for someone who, has a little education or who has a lot of education to make a decision to move back to Africa, or to an Asian country, or to, just anywhere in the world? So I believe that this is a worthwhile conversation, and I would love for you to, participate in the conversation, but more importantly, to engage with me. I really believe that once my lease is up here in Georgia, in Georgia, I believe that I am going to take some time and take all of the resources that I have out of my investment programs and use those resources, or at least some of those resources, to start something new somewhere else at 54, in December 55. So again, come along with me, subscribe to this channel. Again, this is a worthwhile process, understanding the infrastructure that you need personally to make a decision to move to another country, making sure that you have what resources you need to, at least give consideration to relocating. With that, my name is Dr. Ricky Keys. I look forward to having you come along with me on this journey. I believe it's an important journey, but it is something that I believe that I should do for, some time. And, it's a bucket list issue for me. So, 6 months, not a long time. Developing the infrastructure is a worthwhile examination. So with that, Dr. Ricky Keys, please like, subscribe, comment on this video. Again, I'm still here in Georgia, so you may see me around the way, but invariably I believe that I need to consider moving to another country for a period of time and just seeing what transpires. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.